Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. We're back for the World Cup. Oh, it's the World Cup. We're all back. We can't wait for the World Cup. So we're back for the World Cup semi-final where Argentina play Croatia in a World Cup semi-final. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely fantastic. We're ready to go. We're ready to go for this fantastic, incredible, massive, fantastic game. We're also sponsored by Boohoo Man, which is why I've got my lovely hoodie on. I hope we're all doing very well. Come on, Argentina, says Yeda. Is your first name Ben? And if you get it, you get it. But let's go through the team news. Martinez, Molina, Romero, Otamendi, Tagliafico. No Martinez from Manchester United. De Paul plays again and he's shit. Enzo Fernandez, Paredes, McAllister, Messi and Alvarez. And then Croatia, Livakovic, Juranovic, Lovren, Vardiel, Sosa, Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, Pasalic, Kramaric and Perisic. Everybody's got an itch because that's their names. So yeah, we're good to go here. Sorry it's a little bit late. I will get the timer synced in with myself as well. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, there we go. How are we all doing anyway? Are you excited that the World Cup is back? Oh, it's such a great thing. He hates the World Cup, says Essa. I don't hate the World Cup. I need to get back into the World Cup, but I don't hate the World Cup. Now, before I give you the team news, let's just get ready for this match. I'm just going to send this message. What's this? Kuna will be a big miss, says Dan Kelly. Yeah, Kuna has been playing at left back. Background's looking good. Should we do a poll on that actually? What background do you prefer? Either or, we'll call it. Our first poll of the night. Our first catch of the night. Green screen background or real background. And a lot of people have said it's not a green screen background, but it is. And what the great thing about this is I can just go, this is an interesting game, but I'd rather have a read of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Oh, which of these is traditionally heard before a race? A starting pistol, an opening gun, an initiating rifle, or a beginning musket? I would say it's a starting pistol. More of those later as I wander my real room. Anyway, back to the match. It's a World Cup semi-final. Stop taking a piss, Goldbridge. You're taking a piss out of this World Cup. Get real. Get real. Right. We are getting real. We've had a couple of minutes of this game. I've read out the team news. What I also need to do is advise you that I'm wearing a Boohoo Man top. And the reason I'm wearing it is because we've got a bit of trivia for you. And the trivia goes a little bit like this. Today's show is supported by Boohoo Man. Boohoo Man is all about looking good and feeling great. And as we head towards the festive season, then there is no better time to get yourself some brand new winter wear. You can also get presents for people. And because Boohoo Man are sponsoring the show, it means we get some football trivia. And because it's Argentina against Croatia, it's Argentinian based. So which Argentinian player am I talking about here from the below clues? I was born in the 14th of April, in 14th of February, Valentine's Day in 1988 in Rosario, Argentina. I started my football career at Rosario Central before moving to Benfica in 2007. Me and my 6 closest friends all have the same tattoo on our left forearm, not arse. And during my career, I've won 1 La Liga, 2 Copa del Reys, 5 League Ones and 1 Champions League. And if you hadn't got it yet, I once played for Manchester United wearing the famous number 7 shirt. Who am I? Who am I? Yes, loads of people getting it. Dylan and Xavier and Shahin as well. Johnny went with Aguero. It is Angel, the Snake, Di Maria, as United fans sometimes call him. So well done if you've got that one. Well done indeed. Thank you very much to Boohoo Man for supporting the show, by the way. They always give us some trivia. And if you want to scan the QR code next to me, you can get 10% on top of every other discount they've got at the moment by using the code Goldbridge. So make sure you check it out because they've got loads of discounts anyway, and you can get an extra 10% with the code Goldbridge by scanning the QR code or by going through the link in the video description. There we go. There we go. So, you know what? There's no pressure on this watch along tonight. We're just going to kick back and enjoy it. It's going to relax, kick back and watch and enjoy. That's what we're going to do. There are only 2 clubs. It's a bit of trivia from Akshay. There are only 2 clubs that had at least one player represent every World Cup final since 1982. That trend will continue again this year. There are only 2 clubs that had at least one player represent every World Cup final since 1982. And that trend will continue again this year. Bayern Munich. Is it Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich's 1. He said there's 2. Apparently it's Inter and Bayern. I wouldn't have got Inter, but I got Bayern Munich because I know they've got the most. Ooh, real back. This is a shock. This is a real shock. Green screen background 33%. Real background 67%. That does really surprise me. I love the green screen background. What is it about the real background that people like? But we haven't spoken about this game much, and I feel like we're disrespecting it a little bit. And that is not what I want to do. I feel that this has got extra time written all over it. Kick-ups with Goldbridge. Yeah, I can't do that in a green screen. That's late. That should have been a foul, ref. That was bloody well late. Argentina are being very aggressive. Who's this ref? Who's this ref? He's just let a foul by Croatia. He's gone back for that, which is a nothing tackle. And yet the foul Argentina just did was bad. Danny Collins says the green screen background is tacky. Oh, God. There's people who love the green screen out there, including me. We will see something historic at the end of this World Cup. Either it's Messi winning the World Cup or an underdog miracle or the World Cup curse dies, says Nash. There is no World Cup curse. Brazil won it twice in a row. Neon wants the green screen. Oz says, I'm sure this is rigged for Argentina. Where is the green screen? I'll tell you where the green screen is in a minute. Why is my... Oh, that's not... That clock's really wrong. Really wrong. What's going wrong with that clock? Why has nobody told me that that's not the clock I'm going by? Why has everybody not told me that I'm massively ahead? Alan wants me to speak more about the game. It's been an intense start to the game, Alan. Create a room like green screen, everyone's happy, says it's just Danny. And I want to lick the tears of Paradis, Di Maria and Dib Hall. Let's go Croatia, says Giovanni. Well, thanks everyone. Apparently that clock's not ahead. So we'll keep it. It has been a very, just to talk about the game, it has been a very intense start to the game with both teams, playing a lot more energetically than I would have thought they would have done. I think it has got a draw written all on it, or all over it. Who's the better team so far, says Charlie? I think it's been pretty 50-50. In fact, let's get the stats carousel rolling around. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't mind doing that because I can show off my things in the background, but that's not what I wanted to do. Let me do that, and then we can get the teams floating around, which is great. There we go. Bear with. I wasn't organised for this one tonight. I will be better tomorrow. I will be better tomorrow. We're going to do a poll in a minute on who do you think is going to win the World Cup. Michael says they're playing with a different ball. Is it a different ball? It looks like a different ball. I haven't watched the Ramos video. I'm not going to Manchester is Blue. Due to load shedding in South Africa, I can't watch the game. Anyways, good luck to England for the Ivory Coast game to the Under. Have you eaten, Mark? Oh, you know what? I have eaten. Just let me give you an update on the game at the moment. There's a lot of... it feels different to what I thought it was going to do. I mean, give your updates in the chat, of course. But first 10 minutes was quite intense. There was a few tackles sort of flying around. It's settled down a little bit now. But it feels like there is a bit of intent on both teams, and therefore they're sort of cancelling each other out. But the pace of the game is much more intense. I thought it might be about 10-20% slower than it actually is. So yeah, it's doing all right. Shen says that Croatia are circulating the ball in the midfield really well. I think Croatia, I was thinking about Croatia today. They really, I mean, I'll have what they're having. I'll have a pint of that because World Cup finalists in 2018, World Cup semi-finalists in 2022. Whatever happens, whether they get promoted or not, or win. Sorry, I've got air there. That's fantastic for Croatia to do that. Absolutely fantastic. Do you think Chelsea will land Liao in January, Mark? Says Leroy Cooper. I think Chelsea are capable of anything. And I hope the family is well, pal. Loving the real background, says Logan. Yes, thank you, mate. Well, I've had a few problems, actually, because this is not... I've never seen this background before. So I've sort of moved into a different room, which I've been, working on for a while. And I've got to get my green screen up. But the green screen is still here, by the way. I feel like I feel like the green screen sort of took over what it's all about, and it needs to know who the boss is. So here is the green screen, and you know what you can do, green screen? You can kiss it. Look, I'm in control here, not you. So he will be back, but I can bench press the green screen. Everyone says, you're only famous because of your green screen. Well, look who's famous now. Look who's famous now, Mr. Green Screen. And this is metal. There we go. So he's still here. This is the green screen, by the way, because look. There it is. But I need to hang it somewhere. Are you hanging up your green screen on the wall? No. Get in a bin, green screen. No, it will be back. I'm tired now. It will be back, but I am tired now. I think I overexerted myself. It will be back, but I just need to put it up. Need to get some Viagra. But it will be back. Croatia, Argentina have... there's not really been any chances yet. But Messi being accused of diving there. B Stonehouse says 9,000 viewers with 30,000 with... I don't know what that means. Messi's being called a diver. I think you're on about the one that happened on the free kick on the edge of the box, aren't you? Which, yeah. I don't know whether there is a conspiracy. Wash and go is now visible. Yes, wash and go. Your time to shine is here. I haven't got a new camera, P. I think what happens is because when you use a green screen, your camera's working a lot harder, isn't it? So this is just the camera on normal settings, really. So it probably looks a little bit better. Oh, I'm knackered now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Back at bottom right-hand corner to do it. We are sponsored by Boohoo Man as well, so scan that QR code, get yourself some Christmas presents. This is a lovely top, actually. Keeps me nice and warm because it's bloody freezing. I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's freezing in the UK at the moment, literally. Mark, you see they changed the ball for the semis and the finals to Stuart. No, I've heard that rumour, though. I have that. Brozovic is a menace. That midfield three of Brozovic, Modric and Kovacic is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Can we see the FIFA cards, please? I have got one to hand, yeah. You see, this is the good thing. You can ask me to do stuff and I actually can move. I'm not joking. When I'm on the green screen, if I move an inch, I've only got a certain area. So I don't know what this one is. Good, it's a 99 one. 99. What did I get on the... Oh, 10 pace. So it's probably about... Right, let me move across. 10 pace. 90% Sancho, 92 back pain, 99 Pratt, 94 analogies, and 85 physicality. That was done. That was probably done when we were trying to sign Sancho. It's quite accurate on the pace. It's very accurate on the pace, and it's very accurate with the bad back pain as well. The 92. So yeah, it's a good one, that one. I might auction these off if anyone wants them because I've got bloody loads of them. Let me just get rid of this idiot. Why do people watch to try and be a troll? Makes me laugh. Just go and get a life. Or play with your friend Pam. Or should I say Palm. Talk about the game, please, says it's planned. Mate, look, we do the watch-alongs the way we do watch-alongs. You know, if you want commentary, put on TalkSport. We had a little bit of snow feed, but nothing too sinister. Game settled down a little bit now, quite evenly matched. Look at the stats there. Although Croatia 66% possession. Did you see that? Now that does surprise me. I'm always massively interested in these sort of things. So if you go back to that, I would not have said that. 66% possession for Croatia. No shots. A minute. I thought there was a leak. It's a hairdryer. Yeah, that's quite impressive from Croatia. They have been very, very good on the ball. Very good on the back ball. 66% win for real background, over 34% for green screen background. Well, they're both going to happen. So, ooh, my door just opened. What's all that about? Croatia are definitely winning the midfield battle. And is it any surprise? I mean, I like Paredes and I like Enzo Fernandez, but I'm not a big fan of De Paul and McAllister. They're not really wingers either. So, I mean, I don't think this ball is much better than others. I'm going to do another poll for you now. Who wins the World Cup? Argentina. I know who's going to win the World Cup. But I'm not going to tell you before you've voted. I know who's going to win this World Cup. I absolutely, definitely know who's going to win this World Cup. 100%. It's -6. Somebody just said it's -6. I need to just close. Wait 1 minute. Wait, I'm still here. It's the holiday season. Tell you the great thing is, in this new room, I'm even closer to the toilet, so I actually probably could still go to the toilet and commentate. It's a great cross! Ugh. By Messi! You might be getting stuff like that. Would Mrs. Goldbridge get on a watch-along? No, it wouldn't work. That only works in one place, and it doesn't work on a watch-along. The chemistry is in one place, and it's not on a watch-along. What's happened to Alessandro Martinez? He's on the bloody bench. Crazy. Love the content, mate. Thoughts on Ramos? No, I haven't watched it. Probably not going to watch it yet. Croatia, definitely the better team here. Definitely the better team at the moment. Passing's been superb. Absolutely superb. What are you thinking, everybody? They just lack something up front. If they had a top class striker, they'd win this tournament. Midfield and defence is fantastic, and I think that's all they're missing. And that's the difficulty. I mean, what's the population of Croatia? Modric is running the game at the moment. Someone said who's doing well. Modric is running the game, but I'm a massive fan. In fact, if you watch this channel on the regular, I do a lot of That's Football. So I do a lot of watch-alongs for the Premier League and the Champions League, and people will know I'm a massive fan of Kovacic. And Connor and Ethan are just confirming that it's 4 million people are watching. 4 million capacity of Croatia. And that's stunning. World Cup finalist last World Cup, semi-finalist this World Cup, star could be finalists again, and that for me is the issue, isn't it? You know, if they did have a population of Argentina or Brazil, they probably would have a few strikers, but I don't think the ref's doing any bloody favours for Croatia, is he? Just not giving the fouls against Argentina. I'm starting to spot, maybe I'm being influenced by the chat, but he's not giving Croatia anything. Hi Mark, as you live in Solihull, after recent events with the tragedy at the lake, I thought I'd check that you and your family are safe and affected by the sad loss, and I hope you're doing well, says Blakey. Yeah, well, obviously I think everybody's impacted by that story. It's tragic, isn't it? But, Solihull's a big place as well, and it was actually quite far away from where we live, but not that makes it any the less impactful, because it's obviously a lot of people worldwide talking about it. Just a very, very sad story, and I think that sort of story would hit the headlines, whether it was in America, Australia, India, wherever. I mean, do you get ice cold conditions in India? I don't know. There you go, there's a question. But yeah, tragic, absolutely tragic. Could Modric end his career back at Spurs? Just come on, you Spurs. I suppose he could. Messi's changing the game when he gets on the ball, says Geordie7. I mean, I've got to be honest, I don't really think Argentina have been that good in this tournament, but they weren't that good in Italia 90 and they got to the final because they had Maradona. Greetings from Japan, says Andy Parker. Greetings. I'm feeling a bit full actually because I had a really big dinner. It wasn't an Indian takeaway. It was one of them things you can get in a bag from like Sainsbury's or Tesco, or you can buy like an Indian takeaway in a bag, and it was naan bread, onion bhajis, chicken tikka masala, and a jalfrezi. Oh, and I've been so cold, and I've been moving around a lot today. I was starving, but I ate too much. I'll admit it. I ate too much. Interesting votes on who's going to win the World Cup. I've got to say, interesting votes. Yes, very interesting votes so far. Currently, I can tell you that France have got 36%, but Argentina have got 30%. Croatia have only got 12%, and Morocco have got 22%. Well, why Croatia so distantly in fourth place surprises me if you've watched the first 25 minutes of this game. Because there's absolutely no correlation between Argentina winning this game comfortably. Unless you are assuming that there is foul play going on. But no, I think they've played well. Croatia. But of course, I understand Argentina probably have got the quality to score the goals that maybe Croatia don't. There was a decent shot. Well, I say a decent shot. There was a shot a few seconds ago from Argentina from outside the box. Didn't actually catch who hit it, but it was a regulatory save for the goalkeeper. Just bounced in front of him. National team favouritism is a whole new level. I thought Ollie favouritism was bad. It's like the manager selects the players 4 years before the tournament, says Michael Fetty. And Mark, I'm a member of United Stand for 7 months, but unable to write any super chats or milestone. I've emailed no reply. Can you sort for me? Many thanks. I wish I could, Cam. I wish I could, but I've got no idea how to do that. Brooklyn says DePaul is so bad. I think he has been bad throughout the tournament. But going back to what somebody just said there, national team favouritism or nepotism exists not only at England. There is no way that Lisandro Martinez shouldn't be playing for Argentina behind. He should not be behind Otamendi and Romero. It's a bloody joke. Ethan says Kovacic man of the match so far. He's been brilliant at breaking from the midfield. Absolutely love him as a player, and would love to see him at United, but it won't happen. And again, I think the referee's been really, really poor. And it was Enzo Fernandez who had that shot. And it was a relatively decent shot, but the keeper's comfortably got hold of it. Could you perhaps write me down and have a gander, says Cam. Could you perhaps write me down and have a gander? Well, I'll have a look into it, Cam, but, you know, I have this problem with YouTube all the time. Thoughts on Southgate implying he's staying on as manager? Are you surprised? No. The minute he didn't walk away straight after the game, told you that he you know, I'd heard he was going to resign no matter what. Bullshit. I've heard all this crap about Southgate's thinking about going because he really wants to try domestic football. I thought, right, straight away he's definitely staying. There ain't no club giving him a job. He'll stay at England because it's the only job he's going to get. You know what it is? It's spin. Spin, 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 spin. Get all the bloody media favourites and journalists who live up his arse to say what a great job he's done. Talk about he's thinking about going into domestic football because that's what he'd like to do. And I thought, as soon as I heard that, I thought he's staying. Nobody's going to give him a job. Oh, yeah, Sporting Lisbon, AC Milan, Leicester City, they're all queuing up for him. Dream on. Stockport County, maybe. You can tell the quality of a manager by who would take them. No, who's going to give Southgate a job? Give me one club that's decent that's going to give Southgate a job. And people are begging him to stay at the England job. I can't fucking believe it, people. I can't believe the naivety. I can't believe the naivety. We've been knocked out of the bloody quarterfinals by France, and people are like clapping them back as heroes. Semi-final of a World Cup, final of a Euros, quarter-final of the World Cup. Brilliant job, brilliant job. Everyone gets on really well. Great job. Oh, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The funny thing is, against Senegal for 40 minutes, we're crap. Against Wales for half the game, we're crap. Against USA for the whole game, we're crap. Recency bias, we play well against France but lose. Oh, he's the man. He's definitely the man. What about in the summer when we were getting our arse kicked by everybody? People are just... I don't get it. I don't get it. But I think a lot of it's down to the fact that a lot of England fans aren't Premier League fans. A lot of the people who attack me support Leyton Orient. They do. Or Sheffield Wednesday or someone like that. A lot of these English fans have got no idea about high-level football because they all support lower league clubs. And that's why they love Southgate, I think. I can't understand. You speak to a Liverpool fan, you speak to a City fan, you speak to an Arsenal fan, you speak to a Spurs fan, a Chelsea fan. They don't want Southgate, most of them. You speak to a bloody Championship fan, oh, they bloody love him. They bloody love him. It's because he's a nice guy. I don't give a shit. My milkman's a nice guy. So the wife says, but I wouldn't give him the England job. It's the holiday season. And anyway, you know what? This game has become a little bit dull now. Promising first 15 minutes, but you need the goal. You need the early goal. Look how crap and boring the Netherlands were. Then they're 2-0 down, they play fantastic. And then it gets back to 2-2 and they go negative again. You need somebody to start, to score early in a game like this. Otherwise it becomes quite complacent. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're only 10 away from 863,000. But... Perisic put a cross in there. And he's given a bloody goal kick. How is he given a goal kick? Somebody just said penalty in the chat. I think for a handball. Can't see it. Can't see it. A lot of people saying penalty. I can't see that. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Argentine. I think I'm a little bit behind. I think my stream's a bit behind. Penalty. I don't know why I'm so delightful. I know why I am. I know why I'm behind. It's because I'm watching it on my bloody laptop. I am a bit behind. That green screeth is worth more than me, says Philip. Penalty to Argentina. Now, he shouldn't get a yellow card because he is a genuine attempt to get the ball. Yeah, I don't think there can be any complaints about that. There can't be any complaints about that. It's a penalty. I think it's a penalty. Interesting thing is, Messi, 5 goals, and a lot of people saying it's not a penalty. What I think it's. I think it is. I think it is. I think it is a penalty. I think he knocks the ball past him, and the goalkeeper takes him out. So. But, let me just say this. I've got really bad indigestion. Messi goes to 5 goals. Who said that Messi would be Golden Boot winner with me? Well, I did. My theory is that people want Southgate at England so that one of the big clubs aren't tempted by him. Remember when we were linked? Says Treble Champ. Oh, God. And it's 1-0 to Argentina, with Messi scoring a goal. I just don't think there's ever any doubt at all when Lionel Messi is on the ball. And it was a very good penalty. And that's how you take a penalty. Maybe they have changed the ball. Maybe they have changed the ball, because that's how I expect penalties to be taken. And we haven't seen many penalties taken like that this tournament. Most people have gone low. Messi goes high, top corner there. And I think it's an unstoppable penalty, so like Opperking says. It's very hard to save a penalty like that. So 1-0 to Argentina. And of course, the problem that Croatia have got now, I'm just watching the penalty again. Yeah, it's a penalty for me. It wasn't great. Yeah, it was good. He got the height on it, which was important. No, this is a good penalty, that. It's a very good penalty. It's not quite in the top corner or anything like that, but it's dark. Yeah, you're not stopping that. That's what Ben Foster always told me. If it's hit like that, you can't save it. Jack Glancy, also journalist up Prattgate's rear end, said he wants a Premier League club in the Champions League. I hope new owners don't get rid of Eric Ten Hag and appoint Prattgate. It's complete and utter fantasy, Jack. Southgate will stay as England manager because he can't get a job anywhere else. And the reason he came out and started talking about having a difficult 18 months is because he wants everyone to be on his side, because, you know, he ain't going to get a job anywhere else. I think he should become technical director of England, because I think he's a good politician and everybody likes him and he is a nice guy. But as a coach, I'm sorry, I'm not going to change my mind on this. I absolutely cannot understand how he's even England manager. He's not, you know, people go, well, he's done well, Mark, but I think I would do well. I think it's impossible not to do well. I think it was impossible not to get to the quarter-final. So, all right, we played well against France. So, he's not a top-level coach. I wouldn't put him in the top 100 coaches in the world. Never. He wouldn't get a job in the Premier League. No. And what really winds me up is US broadcaster said new ball for semi and finals, says Ash Hart. What really winds me up is that they're all being cheered home and please stay, Gareth. Please stay after losing to France when you should have won. Please stay. I mean, nobody's actually talking about why we didn't beat France. We played so well and lost. We played so well and lost. Keep him. Why didn't we win then? Why didn't we win? You know, did we hit the post 3 times? You know, did the keeper pull out 4 or 5 worldies? No. The best chance that didn't go in was Giroud's save from Pickford. I mean, we did well, we played well, but I don't know where this balance of play that we deserve to score more goals than them came from. Both our goals, well, we only got 1 goal. Both our goals would have been penalties. There was a chance from Harry Kane in the first half where he spun up Meccano, and there was a few, you know, but we had a lot of the ball, but we didn't create loads of chances. And so instead of saying we played really well, people were acting like if Kane scores the goal, we win. It would have been 2-2. When it went to 1-1, France scored again. So I don't know what people are on about. And also, you know what really winds me up as well? Amongst all this, please Gareth, he still played quite negative. It worked, but Henderson, Rice and Bellingham is still too negative. You should have an attacking midfielder. They played Griezmann. And when he needed a goal, what did he do? He brings Sterling and Mount on ahead of fucking Rashford. So the nepotism and favouritism is still there. And I tell you what, Tomori should be playing for that team. He should be at least in the squad, because I don't buy into the fact that Stones and Maguire are good enough. I think when they get pressured, the opposition tend to score. They're absolutely fine when we're dominating possession against Iran and Wales, but I think when we play against the team that has a go, they're not that good. So I think there's loads of holes in that England team, but they won't be filled because it's they all bloody love it. It's like going on holiday. 4 teams Gareth lost to in last 3 tournaments: Belgium, Croatia, Italy, France. The only team we beat in the top 10 is Denmark. We lose when we play good teams, says Charlie. Mark saying Southgate isn't a top 100 manager in the world is speaking for the sake of it. No, Lee, I could name 100 managers now. I'll start doing it. Ancelotti, Dean Smith. I reckon I could easily. It's 2-0, by the way. 2-0 to Argentina, and it's Alvarez, and it's a terrible mistake at the back by Croatia. They actually had a corner, and they've gone and got done on the break, and I think it's basically over already. Alvarez running up against their defence. He's all on his own. Loads and loads around him. Bit of a mistake defensively. Bobbles up and he makes it 2-0. Oh, it's. I think it's game over. I think it's game over. He gets a little bit of luck. It sort of reminds me a bit of Ryan Giggs against Arsenal. There's some, you know, the way it sort of bobbles up in front of him. I think it is a little bit, but Croatia lack a bit of pace. They lack a lot now. They lack a lot now. I thought Croatia started off really well, but it was their own corner, and Argentina are 2-0 up. You know what? They've rode the donkey. They've rode their luck a bit, Argentina. But you can't deny that they found a way in every game they've played. And I know we've still got 5 minutes of the first half to go and a second half to come. But from that early loss to Saudi Arabia, they found a way back, haven't they? And gets a bit lucky, bounces off the defender, but takes it well. 2-0 to Argentina. Fun fact, Mark, only 2 teams have won consecutive official World Cups. Italy and Brazil have done it once each. There we go. Joshua Bowater, thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. But it looks like Argentina are heading to the World Cup final. It's funny because I put a tweet out at 0-0, and I'm going to read it to you now. That Alvarez looks good. Shame United weren't in for him. We wanted him. Well, Ranić wanted him threefold path, but we didn't do it. So I put this tweet out. What time did I do it? When did I do it? Let's have a look. And Argentina are rampant at the moment. But yeah, I basically said that Croatia's possession is fantastic, but they lack a striker. DePaul wanted a handball there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it, knowing the way things have gone. But I don't think it was a penalty. His hand is down by his side. Croatia just seem to have lost their way. They really do. Seem to have lost their way big time. They don't have a cutting edge. They don't have a cutting edge at all. Argentina need penalties to win. Well, I've got Messi on 5 now, which is the same as Mbappe. Obviously, Mbappe will play tomorrow. But, yeah, it's Argentina all over at the moment. This referee is bought by Argentina, says SMK. I don't think you can say that. I mean, look, to be honest with you, Argentina nearly scored again a minute ago from a corner. Keeper makes a fantastic save. I don't know how he gets the save from the front post, which is point blank at him, wide across the width of the goal. Fingertip stuff as well. But I'll tell you what, I know Netherlands came back from 2-0 down, and 2-0, the cliche is that 2-0 can be a dangerous scoreline, but I think they're going to find it very, very difficult to come back because they just don't have the goal scorers. A lot of people talking about the ball being changed. I did say Messi for Golden Boot. Scored 3 penalties, but so did Harry Kane. I don't think Harry Kane scored 3 penalties when he won the Golden Boot at the last World Cup, but he did stat pad, didn't he? No Twitch today. I knew somebody would mention it, Gur. I was ready to go and play Twitch, and there's an embarrassing thing here. I've moved into this room, and I can't find my bloody controller. I can find my PS5. I'm looking at it, but I can't find my bloody controller. I can't even find my crap controller. I moved a load of stuff, and then I put a load of crap in the loft, and I think I've put it in a box in the loft. Pushan says, I really like the background, Mark. Cheers, pal. And Hamza, really love you and your videos, Mark. Thank you very much, pal. Really appreciate it. You know, it would have been a funny joke if I'd said I can't find my PS5 controller and it had been up there instead of my trainer. That would have been hilarious. But, yeah, I genuinely can't find it. Trust me, I've had a little look. Because it's the sort of place I would have put it. I've still got a few shelves to fill up, actually. I'm definitely going to keep the balls and the trainer, but some of the other stuff I will replace. It's not on the shelf, Logan. No, I wish it was. So I need to change who's going to win the World Cup because Croatia have got 9%. And the funny thing is, at 0-0, 12% was what Croatia got. So 41% are saying Argentina, 28% are saying France, and 21% are saying Morocco. I'll tell you now, France are going to win the World Cup. France are going to win the World Cup. France are the best team left in the tournament. The winner of England-France wins the tournament. I said that. Yeah. It's 2002 all over again. And it's 1986. And it's 1990. England played the final but didn't get to the final. England-Germany, Italia 90. England-Argentina 86. Croatia did have a chance a minute ago. 2002 England-Brazil quarterfinal. It's that was the final. England-France was the final, and England didn't do it. I think people are talking about biased instead of poor referees because they don't like a certain team. It's been like this for a lot of the tournament, but people complain about teams instead of refs, says Sam Rees. You know, I wanted England to win the other night, but I don't even think the referee was that bad. I mean, how many penalties do you want in a game? I mean, you had 2. And even if you'd given 4, we probably would have missed 3. I don't understand anyone who can say this ref has been biased, done well so far, says Dylan. I haven't really noticed anything too bad. I think in the first 15 minutes at 0-0, he seemed to be not giving many free kicks to Croatia, but I think he's got everything pretty much right since then. But I agree with Michael Talbot. He says Argentina will get smashed by France. I really do think that they will. They will. Comfortably win. I think Brazil would have beaten Argentina. I know Croatia beat Brazil, but it was on penalties. I think the 2 best teams in the tournament are France and Brazil. I know England played well against France, but that was one game. You know, across the tournament, I think France and Brazil have been the 2 best footballing sides. And Argentina have been the most efficient team. They find a way to win, except for Saudi Arabia. Bolton Wanderers versus Man United under 21s today will be a better game than this, says Jack. Yeah, Adam's gone. Adam and Ryan are there. Maybe everyone will copy you now and take down their green screens as you set the new trend, although I dread to think the rooms they're streaming from, says Nick P. Well, it'd be funny if they do, yeah. I'm going to still use the green screen, but, yeah. Third best player this generation, Neymar or Suarez, says Hamza. I don't think they are the third best. Why are they the third best? I'll tell you what, I think everybody today, if you're in Qatar, you met Ronaldo, not Cristiano, the Brazilian one. I was on Instagram earlier, and everybody I sort of follow had a picture with it in not Saudi Arabia, Qatar with R9. Sort of ruins the authenticity of it when everybody's got a picture of themselves with him, haven't they? What a player, though. What a player. There's Ronaldinho as well. Wouldn't shock me at all if Morocco ends up beating France tomorrow. France concede a lot and make many defensive mistakes on counter-attacks. I don't think so. I don't think so, Billy. Thanks for the super chat. Joshua says, you're just jealous, Mark. You didn't meet him. No, not really. I prefer authenticity over volume. I prefer quality over quantity. If 20 people or influencers are having a picture with R9, what's authentic about that? Plus, you wouldn't catch me in Qatar for the World Cup. So, no, thank you. Unfortunately for England, Southgate is useless. With a better manager, England would have won one of the last 3 major tournaments, says Philip. Thank you very much. Can't believe people are talking about a rigged game. I'm just not seeing it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And it's half time. Thanks, Fennec. Let me stop my clock. What did I even... I'm in the wrong place. I don't even know how I've got a timer going here. Oh, yeah. There it is. I forgot what I was going to say. Took me some questions. Look, we need a half-time debate. I've got one. What started as a joke on Twitter, I'm actually going to follow through with here. Because there's not a lot to talk about on that half. Let's just get the stats screen up. I do want to talk about that. So, as you can see, 62% possession for Croatia. They've played 100 passes more than Argentina. Their pass accuracy has been much better, but they've had no shots on target. For all that possession, they've had no shots on target, and Argentina have had 4. So it just shows you can have 30. I mean, that's Simeone tactics. That is. I mean, I'm not saying that Argentina play like Simeone at all, but what I'm saying is that's why Simeone's happy with 40% possession. Croatia missed Mandzukic as GOAT. I think when you look at those stats next to me, they miss a goal scorer, and with a population of 4 million, you know, I think they've done fantastically well to hit the World Cup semi-finals, two World Cups in a row. Final last time as well. Mark, sub, start or interview Ronaldinho, Henry and Drogba. Ronaldinho I would start. Don't really care about the others, really. Drogba, I suppose, would do an interview sub for... Well, they are a sub, or are you subbing them off? I don't know. Alan Knight says, I'd rather have 40% possession and 2 goals than 60% and no goals. Yeah, and that's the point, mate. That's the point, isn't it? You know, I think that Croatia are very good on the ball, but they just can't score the goals. Thoughts on Avardi Albid, says Tom. I think bigger clubs, not bigger clubs. I think there'll be bigger clubs going for him than Manchester United in relation to their status in world football. You know, I could see him at Real Madrid or somewhere like that, to be honest with you. No, very, very good player. But look, Argentina cruising into the final, ridiculously efficient again, and you can't argue with that. Vibe says it's written in the stars that Messi wins the World Cup. I love Lionel Messi. I said he'll win the Golden Boot, and I think he will. But I don't think they're going to win it. Got to be honest. I feel that England. I think England would have beat Croatia. Sorry, not Croatia. I think England might have lost to Croatia. Actually, it's the sort of team England might lose to. But I think against Argentina, I think we would have. I think we would have won that game. I think England tend to struggle when they are expected to win a game, but I think we might beat. I think we might have beaten Argentina. I don't think Argentina are that good. I don't. I think that's why they deserve so much credit. I don't really think they're that good. I've never seen Argentina in this tournament really. Probably the last 10 minutes of extra time against Netherlands where they went for it, but I've never seen them really go for it. And I think that I would probably go with that England would probably win that game. But yeah, it's a tough one. But I think that France will win it. I really do. And I think they'll win it quite comfortably. That is my feeling. Oh my God. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how you can see right through my... Do you believe Deitch, Lampard, Gerrard or Rooney can do a better job than Southgate? Well, I wouldn't give any of them the job. Rubbish defending on the second goal. Croatia only have themselves to blame, says Isaac. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think that they're the penalty was a penalty. I'm just looking at it again now. Knocks it past the keeper, and the keeper barges him down. I mean, there's not a lot the keeper can do, but just look at the opponents Morocco faced this World Cup compared to Argentina. Really strong performances to Sapi. And would the World Cup be viewed differently if Morocco wins it, says Billy Jones. And the fact that people are still betting against Argentina is wild for me. How many more times do you guys want to be proven wrong in one tournament, says King Lace. I'm telling you now, France are going to win this tournament. I think it's a stonewall penalty. I don't know why people would say it's not a penalty. It's a penalty every day of the week. I've seen it every time, and every time I've said it was a penalty. Nonsense, says Roy Keane. No, I'm sorry. I think that's probably anti-Argentinian bias, because if that's Harry Kane, it's a penalty. Like, I'm convinced that's a penalty if that happens to Harry Kane at the weekend. So, no, that's a penalty for me. He gets there first. He knocks the ball past him. And it's a goal. You know, it's a penalty. It's a 50-50 challenge. The goalkeeper's late. He doesn't get the ball. He gets the player. It's a penalty. I find it really illogical that people can't get that. And I would like Croatia to win. I think it would be a great story because Argentina have won it before. But absolutely 100%. I mean, if you're not given a penalty for this, why not? Knocks the ball past him, tries to go round him, keeper clatters him. I just don't get why it's even... There's no part of it. I've seen it 10 times, and on not one occasion can I see why it's not a foul. If that happens in the centre circle and he knocks it past the midfielder, it's a foul. So it's a foul. I don't get it. I'm struggling. We can do a poll. Was it a penalty or not? Happy to do it. But I'm struggling. I really am. Gary Neville doesn't think it's a penalty. Yeah, but if it was his mate Harry Kane, he'd say it was a stone wall. So, you know, again, it's just punditry bias because I'm from we're Manchester United. If I'm playing and a player knocks the ball past me, what am I supposed to do? I've got nowhere to go. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I'm sorry, Gary. He's knocked the ball past you. You've tried to win it. He's quicker than you. And then you've collided with him. It's a foul. Simple as that. I can't see why people are trying to say... There's many penalty decisions that you can argue about, but not that one for me. No way. I think it's absolutely stonewall penalty. Absolutely. No part of me thinks it's not a penalty. As much as I'd like it not to be. But there we go. I didn't realise we were gonna have a penalty debate at half time. But I was gonna say, what's the best celebration? Chocolate celebration. Glazers have to sell for 2.4 billion, says Caleb. Well, I'd like that. I agree with Isaac. It's unfortunate, but it's a penalty. I don't want it to be a penalty. But Stuart Walker says the keeper stands his ground, and that's the rule. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a rule like that, but I've never heard such shite in all my life. Think of it like this. You're running through one-on-one. Goalkeeper's not in the equation. You get there first. You put it into an empty net. Because that's what Alvarez is going to do. He's got there ahead of the defender, and he's going to put it into an empty net. Goalkeeper comes into play. Goalkeeper comes to try and win the ball. You knock it past the keeper, and then you're going to knock it into an empty net. Goalkeeper obstructs your ability to do that and doesn't get a touch on the ball. Penalty. If Morocco wins the World Cup, they would have had the hardest path according to rankings in World Cup history, says Myron. It's a textbook clear penalty example. How people don't understand that sums up the penalty debate, really, says Ivan. I think we're in big trouble if there is a rule. Top 6 prediction in the Prem. We can come back to that, Chiri. I think we're in big trouble if there is a rule that is allowing people to think that's not a penalty. I'm not disrespecting people who think it isn't, but if there's something in the wording that makes those sort of things debatable, then the game is truly lost. Because that is a penalty. I don't care who it is. It can be Liverpool or Arsenal. I don't care. I'd still say it's a penalty. Poch or Howe to take over for the Euros. Either would do the job for me. You know what? Just on Morocco, we'll be doing that watch along tomorrow, of course. And in relation to Morocco, can I just say this? They will go out tomorrow. I knew there was a time on Sunday night where I thought England was going to win. And if England had won, I was 100% convinced that we would beat Morocco. I think Morocco are a good team. I really do. But they can't keep doing what they're doing. They're doing a Greece, and they can't keep doing it. Like, if you think about Portugal, that game was going to be 0-0 to penalties. The only reason it wasn't 0-0 was because the keeper made an absolute clanger. Where was the goal that Morocco were going to score without that? I know they had the one-on-one at the end, but that was because Portugal were chasing the game. They don't create enough chances. And I think that France put some delightful crosses into the box. They've got players that will commit. Spain and Portugal didn't have players that will run at you. Mbappe and Dembele will. They've got a craft magician in Griezmann, and they've got an old-fashioned striker in Giroud. That's what I'm interested in. It's whether Portugal can take it to extra. Sorry, it's whether Morocco can take it to extra time. It's whether they can stop France scoring 2 goals. I think if they can keep France to 1, they can take it to extra time. If France score 2, it's over. I think Morocco have done a fantastic job, and it would, I think apart from the French, there's probably nobody that doesn't want Morocco to do it. To have an African nation in a World Cup final would be amazing. But for me, France are the best team in the tournament. I thought they had an off day against England. I think they probably underestimated England a little bit. And they still found a way to win. So there we go. Favourite celebration? I don't know whether you can get it anymore. Bounty. Big up to Quality Street. You can still get a Bounty. You can still get a coconut chocolate in Quality Street. The blue one. It was on my Instagram yesterday. Yeah, love them. Love them. Love the Bounty. And love the blue, chewy coconut one in Quality Street. Or as I call it, Equality Street. Remember that song by David Brent? Take a walk down Equality Street. I haven't watched that for ages. I might watch that tonight, the David Brent movie. What did you think about that? I thought it was all right. It's a bit like Alpha Papa, Alan Partridge. I thought that was all right. Bounty, the taste of paradise. Talking about paradise, No, that's overdoing it a bit. Boohoo Man are sponsoring the show. I'm wearing my Boohoo Man hoodie. I love this hoodie. In the whole, I've got lots of hoodies, but it's sort of lined with a that sort of thermally material. So it's cotton on the outside, but it keeps you really snug and warm. They've got loads of stuff like this: activewear, the lot, tracksuits, coats, the lot. Boohoo Man. Check it out by scanning the QR code or going through the link in the description. Get yourself some stuff. Get some presents for Christmas. Links in the description as well. They've got loads of discounts on stuff already, but you can get an extra 10% on top of any of the discounts with the code Goldbridge. Scan the QR code. Big shout out. Quiz at 7 tomorrow, Mark, says Chris Finch. Yeah. Drinks at 6. Drinks at 6. It's in Celebrations, not Quality Street, says Pete Brown. He's got it wrong. I love it when people get wrong. I love it. I've got to be honest. I'll be really honest with you here. I love it when somebody gets something wrong in the live chat and I know it's 100% wrong. And I know you're 100% wrong because I ate one yesterday. We've got something wrong with the clock. I don't know why it says 50 minutes and 20. Because it's definitely not right. I need to sort this out. Let me try this. I don't want to have to use the manual one. Let me go. There is a blue one in Quality Street. I could even go and get one now if I wanted. And it's more chewier than it's like caramel coconut. It's really nice. What's wrong with the clock? I think it's 5 minutes ahead for some reason. Let's have a look. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll go manual. We'll go manual. Oh no, I can't go manual on this screen. Shit. I can't. I'm in a different set. I'm not in my green screen set, so all my settings are on the other one. I can't do anything about it. I wonder why it's doing that. It's 46 and 40 seconds, isn't it? I don't know why it's got that like that. Fucking hell. We do need an early Croatia goal. DJ. 2-0 is a dangerous score. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Right, there's no doubt in that. The game is back on. Jack Neville says it was never a penalty. 67% of you said it was a penalty. 33% of you need help. I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned. Yeah. I'm going to try and... I had hopes it was going to sort itself out, that clock, but it isn't going to do it. God, that looks weird. Doesn't look that bad, actually. Right, I might be able to do this. Take a walk down Equality Street. More of the songs you love. Magic. There we go. I've got it figured out now. That's magic. Why is that not working? Right. I need to. What? In general, what time are we at? I just want to get this right here. How many minutes are we into the second half? Because I've got 50 minutes, but I know I'm probably a bit behind. There we go. We'll go with that. That will do. Sorry about that. I don't know why the other one wasn't right. Do you like Merseyside bands, says JS? I used to like Cast. Get up. Got a sandstorm. It's coming in my head. Showing many colours, but the only colour coming through is red. I used to like Cast, and then I found out they were Scousers. Yeah, people thought it wasn't a penalty. I mean, I'd like to go and have a pint. I'd like to go and have a pint. It would turn into about 5 pints. Because if they were adamant it wasn't a penalty, I wouldn't be backing down. Friendly says, is it a green screen? Well, can you do this with a green screen? Oh, a book about zonal marking. Oh, should we ever read about this? Zonal marking. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. People never stop saying how fast players like Henry and Anelka run, said his father George, a former professional. But David thinks quickly. His speed in his head. I think David has proved in the final that when they did... David who? Trezeguet. I thought it might be. It actually is a green screen. It's new technology. Because I was the person who basically... not invented, but started the ball rolling with green screen on football channels. We've been working on this technology for the last 2 years to make green screen real. So yeah, it is still a green screen behind me, but it's an interactive green screen. It takes loads of coding to actually get my hand to look like it picked that up and then open the book up. But it is all a green screen. None of it's real. I have to hold my hand in a certain way to make it look like there's a book there. Do you think there's a way back for Croatia, everybody? I think Kovacic is a baller, Leroy. I completely agree. Look, Netherlands did it. Per Eric Klassen has made a donation because it's Christmas. Thank you very much for the super chats, by the way. Really appreciate that. Top 6 at the end of the Premier League season, says Footy Ballers. Well, Man City will win the league. Man City will win the league. Arsenal will come second. Can you do a bedtime story, says Logan? That sounds wrong. Man City win the league. Arsenal come second. Liverpool come third. It's hard. I'm pretty confident that it will be Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool top 3. And then I'm into unknown territory because I'd love to say it's Man United 4th, but it depends what we do in January. And I don't want to jinx it. So I'm going to say... I actually have a feeling it might be Newcastle in 4th because they don't have European football. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say Newcastle 4th, United 5th, and Chelsea 6th. Which means Spurs wouldn't be in the top 6. Which is hard to say. I find Tottenham really difficult. I find Tottenham really difficult. Most of the time I watch them, they don't play that well, but then they're very good at grinding out results, which means they could get top 4. But as I said, look, I'm not dismissing the fact that Spurs could get top 4. I've just put Newcastle in 4th. I'm very confident on the top 3. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. I think Liverpool will come like a train in the second half of the season from behind. But I think that 4th place is hard, and I think that what I'm going to be true to what I've always said. Croatia are pushing hard here as well, dominating the ball again in the midfield, but it's just that final third. But I'm going to be consistent to what I've said. We've never experienced this before. We've never experienced the World Cup in in the winter. And these players have never experienced it. And I think there's going to be some teams that deal with it okay, and there's going to be some teams that deal with it terribly. Not just in the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga as well. So I think that if you look at Newcastle's squad, hardly any of them have gone to the World Cup. So they basically had a winter break. And then you've got other teams where most of their team have been into the World Cup. Mark, Arsenal are getting João Felix. We will win the Champions League for us next year. Will be our next trophy, says Zane. If you get João Felix, it could well keep your momentum going. I think so much depends on what people do in January as well. Chelsea have got to buy. Arsenal have got to buy. Man United have got to buy. Chelsea have got to buy. And then if they buy, you'd be stupid if you don't, if you're Newcastle and Liverpool. So, wishing your family all the best for Christmas. Thanks for all the great professional content over the years, says Nocto. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Appreciate it. I don't think Chelsea will get Nkunku until the summer, but because they're going to get him in the summer, they might bring it forward. Johnny says he thinks Arsenal will drop like a stone. I think Arsenal will fall from grace because of this World Cup, says Christian Carpenter. You know what? I was looking at the league table today. I should be able to tell you about it. I mean, Arsenal have got a 7-point gap on Newcastle. And they've got a game in hand on Newcastle and Tottenham. If you look at Arsenal's position, they're top of the league with 37 points. 3rd and 4th are 7 and 8 points behind them, but Arsenal have got a game in hand. The only team that's played the same as Arsenal is Man United, and they are 11 points ahead of them. So I don't see Arsenal dropping because they are a good team and they've got a big buffer on everyone else. I mean, they've got a 5-point gap at the top. I mean, it must be great to be an Arsenal fan. I do think Man City will devour them, but I don't think they will drop any lower than 2nd. The reason I think Liverpool will get 3rd is because at the moment they are only 8 points off Newcastle, and they've got a game in hand. So you win that, and they're 5 points off Newcastle. And there's a long way to go. Another save from Croatia there. Argentina with a shot. We talk about 2-0. It could be 3-0. Mark, how would you feel if both Enzo Fernandez and Bellingham go to Liverpool in the summer? And do you think there is a chance of that happening? I think this is a great question, Drastic, by the way, and not just because it's a super chat. I think it's a great question because let me just get this going. I think it's a great question because where are Liverpool getting the money from for that? They don't, they're up for sale. And therefore, if they're up for sale, that's still wrong, look. If they're up for sale, how do they know they've got the money to buy Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham in the summer? Unless they've got an owner lined up already. So I would never say no, but, I would presume that if Liverpool bought Enzo Fernandez and Bellingham, then that means they've got money and an owner lined up already. Zane says Saka was the best attacker in the World Cup. Saliba the best defender. That's why we'll win the league. Did Saliba play a minute in the World Cup, mate? That's from Zane. Froggy thinks Argentina are going to score again. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner if you're tuning in. You're welcome on That's Football. France-Tunisia tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a France-Argentina final, in my opinion. But you know what? Morocco have been defying the odds all the way through. A lot of you did say Morocco will beat Spain, and I was like, no, can't see it happening. So look, I can't see them beating France tomorrow. But there may well be another shock in this World Cup from Morocco. France versus Morocco. I don't know why I said Tunisia. Be a real shock. A real shock if it was Tunisia, trust me. It's the holiday season. Skippy thinks Tunisia are going to win the whole thing. Bellingham to Liverpool rumour I think will happen because, like United, they're up for sale, so they will buy us as Lee. Bellingham to Liverpool is and has been for about 4 months a very, very confident prediction from many Liverpool fans that I know. And I've always been like, there must be something in this because Liverpool fans, as much as they can be quite mouthy, they're not normally that, vocal about transfers unless they know something. So Martinez is coming on for Argentina. Should be starting games, really. I don't think he's bothered. I don't think he's particularly bothered. They're going to go to a back five, aren't they? I don't think he's particularly bothered about not starting. I mean, I think obviously he does want to start, but the camaraderie in the squad is great. Southgate would drop Messi for not pressing, says Manchester United. And hi, Mark, you helped me through the thick and thin. Love the content, says Abdullah's. Thank you very much. Let us know where you're watching from, everybody, by the way. I'm always very nosy about that, so let me know. I know the clock isn't right, but we've already had this chat a million times, so just enjoy the chat or don't. The clock is completely broke. I don't know why the clock is completely broke, but the clock is screwed. Oh, it's gone up to... I know what's happened here. It's my fault. It was absolutely... It was... It should have been fine. It should be fine. I got it now. There we go. Yorkshire puddings on Christmas Day is the law. I've never had Yorkshire puddings on a Christmas dinner, and I do like Yorkshire puddings, but I've never been anywhere where Yorkshire puddings have been a thing. Mashed potato, I've had on a Christmas dinner before, although I don't have it at my house. I have been to houses where we've had that. I think it's always dangerous when you go to somebody's house for Christmas dinner because you might not get the things that you want. And that, to me, is majorly disappointing. Christian Eriksen's back in training, by the way, today for Manchester United. Oh, now the clock's fucking 5 minutes behind. Kevin De Bruyne is back in training as well, says Rebel King. Yeah, they'll all start to come back now, won't they? Because they've had about a week and a half. Mince pies are rank, says Kenneth. I love mince pies. I mean, look, we need a Croatia goal to lighten this up. You're a legend. Keep up the work, says Hamza. Thank you very much. Lamb, turkey, or beef roast for Christmas dinner, says the taco. But it's got to be turkey. I mean, I don't eat turkey any other time of the year, but it's got to be turkey. And turkey is a wish chicken, let's be honest. But it's got to be turkey on Christmas Day. I do need a bit of a stretch. And you know what? Because I haven't got my green screen, I can have good stretches now. The stretches I used to have to do because of a green screen were rubbish because I couldn't really go anywhere. But now I can really get the back going. No, you've got to have Shortleberg. Stop being a beg. Oh, you've got put in a timeout. You're not the first person to be putting a timeout. Just chill out with your bloody sirens. In fact, I've just put you in another timeout now, and I didn't put you in the other. I didn't put you in the first one, but I've put you in that one. Bloody hell! Chill out. We could really do with a Croatia goal. Argentina are actually opening up some chances here. As Croatia have to push. Of course they've got to push. They become more open at the back. Oh God, I ate too much earlier. I really, really did. I do like panettone, yeah. I do. I like nice one at John Lewis. Sean says, who on earth has Christmas chicken for Christmas? And John says it's a rigged game for Messi. Oh, yeah. Look, Argentina are good enough to beat France. Of course they are, but I think France will win this. I think Kovacic and Modric have both had a very good game. But a lot of this Croatian team's getting on now, aren't they? I mean, they're still playing Perisic. Kramaric seems to have been around for bloody ages as well. Not a number says Christmas pudding is garbage. You know what? I do like Christmas pudding, but do I like Christmas pudding or do I like the novelty of it? Because would I get Christmas pudding any other time of the year and eat it? No. Messi to win the World Cup. It's written in the stars, says Hellcat. Well, he's going to have one game to do it. I do like sprouts, Connor, yeah. Pigs in blanket are lovely. What happened to the guy that helped you with these issues, says Brian. What issues? What issues? What issues have I got? I have got issues. I'm wondering what issues he thinks I'm on about. I think on a Christmas dinner for me, the fundamentals of a Christmas dinner for me are as follows. I have to have turkey, stuffing, pigs in blankets, roast potatoes, carrots, Brussels sprouts, red cabbage, bread sauce, gravy, and ham. I think that's it for me. 10 things, and I can't think of anything else. Carrots, Brussels, red cabbage, parsnips are there, but I don't really like them. Cranberry sauce, roast potatoes, turkey, stuffing, bread sauce, ham, pigs in blankets. I mean, it's a lot, but that's probably it for me. Can we get bedtime story membership? Let's do that, says Hurrah. Thank you very much. It's game over, by the way. Argentina, I'm not even looking here. He's got 6 goals. No, he hasn't. He got the assist. Messi with the assist. Alvarez scores the goal. 3-0, game over, and Argentina in the cup final. It just shows you can lose that first game. And Messi was the provider. He certainly stepped it up. I still think France will pull them. If France get through Morocco, I think they'll put them to the sword. I really do. I really do. Let's do a poll on it, actually. I know I'm not disrespecting, so I'm going to call it who would win. Because it could still be Morocco, but I'm just going to say, if it's an Argentina-France final, who wins? Thanks for the super chat by Billy Jones. Argentina are the favourites. I want France to win tomorrow, but the defence scares me against Messi. What, with Varane? Be fine. Upamecano and Hernandez are a bit of a concern. I suppose Messi attaches himself to that side, doesn't he, to be honest? Oh, Midnight likes pigs in blankets with blueberry jam. Is Messi the GOAT? He's just different. Alvarez, many people have said that Alvarez will be the heir to Aguero's throne, not only for Manchester City, but also for Argentina. And he is quietly going about his business, isn't he? Didn't start as the striker for Argentina, but this World Cup has been the tournament where he has done it. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Alvarez in the in Man City colours, isn't it? Because can Pep find a place for both of them, him and Haaland? That is the same Alvarez who Manchester United scouts said not to sign. Alvaro, yes, it is. Brian says, the clock, the green screen, no one covering you on washroom breaks, no issues. Oh, you're on about Draughty. Yeah, no, he's still here. Still here. Yeah, I know you mean now, yeah. And only thing rigged are people's agendas. Refs are shit. We know this already, says TJ. And Alvarez benches Foden, says inside. 1, 2, 3. Oi. What are you doing? Oi. The bloody dog was coming in. Twenty 2022. 18 minutes to go. And, well, 17 and a half. People are saying, I didn't know you had a dog. Can't you remember Robbie on the walks? And I'm not talking about the guy that runs AFTV, although you could say we've had AFTV on a lead for the last couple of years anyway, United Stand, but that would be gloating. No, Robbie the dog, little white thing, used to do. Been on a couple of my videos in the past, not for a long time. This isn't the first minutes for Dybala. I'm sure he's been on before. No Yorkshire puddings on Christmas dinner, Mark. I've never had. Every year we talk about this. And I know there'll be a lot of people in the chat saying, "Oh yeah." I've never had a Yorkshire pudding on a Christmas dinner throughout my life. This is Dybala's first minutes. Yeah, I can't believe that. I don't dislike Argentina, actually. I predicted Messi would win the Golden Boot, so I don't dislike Argentina. I completely get... I mean, 65% say Argentina will beat France. I think that's a lot. And we will revisit this on Sunday when France beat Argentina. But I think France are a better team than Argentina. But Argentina are very well organised, and they've got that star quality with Messi. So it'd be I think it'd be quite a close game. But look, it'd be great. It would be great for, and I know it would have been great for Ronaldo to do it as well. But Portugal have never won the World Cup. Argentina have won the World Cup, and there is an expectation, isn't there, that Messi emulates Maradona and wins a World Cup. So yeah, I think it would be a fairy tale for Messi to win the World Cup with Argentina. If he was going to win it, I'd like him to have done it 10 years ago in his absolute prime. But then there is some, poetry to it that he does it, that he actually does it in probably his last World Cup. So, yeah, there is that. What's going on? I'm back. Nobody puts the green screen in the corner. I'm back. Not really. You're not. Pigs in blankets with cheesy chips. You can't have cheesy chips. I knew somebody used to have ketchup on their bloody Christmas dinner. I mean, what is all that about? Ketchup on your Christmas dinner. Bloody hell. There's a word for it. And it's an offensive word, so I'm not going to use it. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. France may be better, but they have got no Messi. But they've got Mbappe. They've got Griezmann. What's your general thoughts on the World Cup? Disappointment. I can't lie. I'm disappointed. Obviously, I'm very disappointed that England didn't win. That was disappointing. But I think my biggest disappointment is this game. I was absolutely, about a week and a half ago, I was getting so excited because I know how, I know my football, you know your football, and I was absolutely convinced that we were going to get Brazil against Argentina. And I think Brazil-Argentina would have been... It would have lifted this whole World Cup. It probably would have taken all the doubts about this World Cup being good or not, and you'd forget about it for that 90 minutes, because Argentina-Brazil, you should watch it, whether it's Copa America or qualifiers or whatever you want to call it. It's basically a derby in international football. And in a World Cup semi-final, I don't know whether they've ever met in a World Cup semi-final, have they? I can't think. Don't think it's ever happened. I remember I think they met in Italia 90. Maybe in the quarter-final or the last 16. But I don't think they've ever met in a World Cup semi-final. And it would have been such a big game. Because there would have been so much needle on it. And taking nothing away from Croatia. But I am... This one disappoints me because I think, Croatia have hit a ceiling, haven't they? Croatia's ceiling has been hit. They don't have a striker. And, look at the stats. They've had over 60% possession for 80 minutes. And yet, they've had one shot on target. And it's not their fault. Croatia have done fantastically well. But they're underdogs, boxing above their level. Brazil, Argentina would have been fucking brilliant, and I'm disappointed. But on the other side, I'm not disappointed. Morocco deserve to be where they are. They beat Portugal fair and square. They beat Spain fair and square. And I think on that side of the draw, we had the semi-final in the quarter-final, which was England-France. So, but this side of the draw, I really wish it was Brazil-Argentina, because I think we would have got a real big game. But, I mean, Iron fan says I miss Brazil. I've watched many World Cups, and I'll say it for as long as I have to. When Brazil go out the World Cup, it's not quite the same. Brazil are the World Cup. They always have been the World Cup. They're the team that everyone thinks about when you think about the World Cup. They've got that aura about them, and they were a bloody good team this World Cup, and they've just at some point in a World Cup, you are going to be in a penalty shootout, and you've just got to ride your luck, and they didn't. And fair play to Croatia, but yeah, it's. I said it on the United Stand today. I said it this morning. This World Cup is going to be like when, and I've never done it, you know, like when friends or family go on holiday at Christmas and say, oh, we're off to Mexico. Screw Christmas, we're going to go to Mexico. And then they get back, and the first couple of months they tell you had the time of their life. And then in September, when Christmas is coming near, they go, you know what? We really missed Christmas at Mexico. It feels like we didn't have a Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, you don't. That's what people are going to be like about this World Cup. They're going to go, oh, it's the best World Cup ever. Oh, it's an amazing World Cup. And then in about a couple of years' time, they'll go, yeah, it was rubbish. I'm really looking forward to the new one. So I'm ready for the Premier League as well, Sean. Yeah, you used that one earlier, Joshua. That's why I said it on United Stand. Yeah, I mean, I predicted it before, and many people did. I think as soon as this World Cup's over, it'll get swept under the carpet and forgotten about. And I don't think we'll ever have a winter one again. And it's not Qatar's fault. I know there's a lot of stuff about Qatar that people don't like about this World Cup, but I judge things on football, and I just don't think it's been a memorable World Cup. But it could be. If Messi wins it, it could be. But I don't think it's going to get remembered. I really don't. Recency bias is a big thing, but I guarantee you, in a couple of World Cups' time, people will not be saying that Qatar was one of the best World Cups. I think it's going to go, you know, for me, there's plenty better, but each people can make their own mind up. Football or something, thank you very much for the super chats. 90 Argentina, 1-0 Brazil, round 2. Yeah, I knew they played each other, Kenny, but I didn't know whether it was the quarterfinal or the last 16. So it was the last 16, wasn't it? Sahib, thank you very much. I don't think, love your streams, Mark says, whoops. I don't think Brazil, I don't remember, you know, Italia 90 was my first World Cup, and I don't remember Brazil. I don't remember what Brazil were like in Italia 90. I think they had like people like Careca and Branco playing, didn't they? But I don't remember Brazil Italia 90 team. I don't remember anything about Brazil in Italia 90, and that was my first World Cup. I remember Germany were bloody brilliant. I remember Yugoslavia were good. Obviously Argentina were a little bit similar to this Argentina. You know, they've got Messi, Maradona, and then they were very workmanlike. I remember Cameroon, obviously, Ireland, Italy, you know, Toto Scalacci. But I don't remember Brazil in Italia 90. I don't know whether Romario played. I remember everything about Brazil in 94 and 98 and 2002. But Italia 90, I don't really remember them much. I don't remember much about them in 2006 either. Mark, what country would you like to host the World Cup in the future? Says Joel. Look, you know, funnily enough, I really am open to most countries having the World Cup. I do believe they should have a bit of a football heritage. You know, I thought the Japan and Korea World Cup was fantastic. You know, Mexico World Cup would be brilliant, and I know they're involved in the Canada and USA one. Yeah, we've never. I don't think we've not had an Argentina World Cup. I think that would be good. I'm not bothered about England having it. I used to want England to have the World Cup. I'm not that bothered now. Euro 96 was good. But I'm with you, LBS. I think France are going to destroy Argentina. Argentina 78, way too long. Wait, I wasn't even born. Not even born then, no. They shouldn't do it in France again. Do it in Italy again. Italian World Cup was lovely. I'm trying to think. So if Argentina had it in 78 and 82 was Spain and 86 was Mexico and 90 was Italy and 94 was America and 98 was France and 2002 was Japan and South Korea and 2006 was Germany, South Africa 2010, Brazil 2014, Russia, and now Qatar, and then it's going back to United States, America, and Canada. Who knows who the next European one could be? Spain, maybe. I was just thinking Spain. Spain would be nice. Spain have got some lovely stadiums as well. I wouldn't mind Spain getting it again. Spain would be good. What about Australia? Well, you know what? Australia should get it because they've been in the last couple of World Cups. So, you know, why not? Argentina versus Ivory Coast in the final, says Logan. Can't wait. But there seems to be, somebody said there it'll be Argentina and Uruguay in 2030. Thanks, Sahab, for the super chat there. Really appreciate it. I don't know why time zone problem could be a problem in Australia. I don't know why people are starting to co-host it. Is that a financial thing, or because Argentina have got the stadia to host the World Cup? You know, if Qatar can hold, I mean, look, if Qatar can host the World Cup with 32 teams in it, then, you know, Argentina can do it. But I suppose it is financial, says Scott. And also the fact that we're going to have 48 teams. So there's a lot more games, isn't there? Because I'm Iron fan. I'm with you. I'm surprised that the USA is hosting it with Canada and Mexico, because I think all three of those countries could individually host it. Certainly Mexico and United States, and I would imagine Canada can do it as well. Summerjit says, Argentina do not stand a chance against France. All set and done. Football is a team game. Well, France have got to beat Morocco tomorrow. And Tunisia. If France make it to the final, then we will have to use Maguire and Lindelof as our centre-back pair. We're screwed, says Clinton. But we will anyway, because it's a third and fourth place playoff, and players can't leave early either way. So Croatia have got to stay until Saturday. I mean, that must be a... I've always thought that must be an absolute... Can anybody explain to me the point of that? I've never understood it. I remember when England lost to Germany in Italia 90, and they had to play Italy, and we just played all the bloody reserves. I don't know why they do it. I know you get allocated points, don't you, for the... I think you get allocated points for FIFA rankings, but Belgium are top at the fucking second in that. I wouldn't want them. Get bronze medals apparently, says Fartini. But it must be crap for Croatia. Like, you've just been beaten by Argentina comprehensively on Tuesday night, and you've got to wait another 5 days to play another game. I'll be like, I want to just go home. I want to go home. Must be even worse in the summer when you could be on the beach 5 days earlier. I thought money. Aliki says, I thought they would have got rid of it years ago. Third and fourth place game. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. He says FIFA ranking points are pointless. The next World Cup will be interesting with 48 teams there anyway. I'm not a fan of that. But Glenn says, I think it's back to Europe in 2030. Apparently Spain, Portugal and Ukraine doing a co-host bid. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that, Glenn. I mean, I've got no problem with people co-hosting it, but you can't have Spain and Portugal, which are right next to each other, and then Ukraine that's miles away. That's not a World Cup. I don't like them doing this with the Euros either. I like a World Cup to be within a country, or at least an area that's, neighbours. Like, everybody needs good neighbours. No, but I do agree with myself on that you couldn't have a World Cup where it's, Argentina. I'm trying to think what's not close to Argentina. Argentina, Peru, and Paraguay. I'm just having a look on a map now. If they are neighbours, they look alright, twat. Oh, it is quite central. Oh, Paraguay is a neighbour, but Peru isn't. See, Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay would be a brilliant treble, three-way. Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay would be a great three-way because Argentina are the massive filling, and then you've got Chile and Uruguay either side. Apparently Mark Neighbours is coming back next year. They're better off leaving it. Cameron, better off leaving it. Still got a couple of minutes to go here. I really, I've got to say, a really drab semi-final as well, hasn't it? It's not been a good semi-final. You don't normally get semi-finals like this. He says, not remembering many semi-final scorelines, but yeah, I mean, look, it's been over since half-time, really, hasn't it? I've got to be honest, though, after England lost on Sunday, I mean, obviously being English, you do... I remember England going out when I really used to care, and I'd almost not watch the tournament anymore, but as I've got older and I like football, I'll always keep watching it. But I have felt the last couple of days that I'd almost forgot the World Cup was still on. Which is a bad thing because it's not the World Cup's fault, it's not Qatar's fault, it's not Brazil's. It doesn't matter where the World Cup is. There's always a gap between the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, and then the semi-final and the final. But what keeps you going is interest. And I've got to be honest, my interest has died massively. I'll still watch the games because it's the World Cup and it's football and there's nothing else on to watch. But the actual excitement in this tournament has gone. In fact, it really is just. I mean, it really is just about whether Messi's going to win the World Cup, isn't it? That's sort of the story of this World Cup now. Whether he can do it, and that will be the hype ahead of Sunday. I'd be happy for Argentina if Di Maria wasn't there, says Goat. Yeah, you got Martinez, Man United. Mark, can you wind up Twitter for me, please? The disrespect to Ronaldo is getting compared to Messi. It's like they're not even comparable anymore, says Nick P. I spoke about this a few weeks ago, and if somebody should pull out the clip, and you'll probably go viral off it. I don't know where you'd find the clip because I can't remember where I said it, but I basically said that Ronaldo is a couple of years older than Messi, and he's a different type of player to Messi. And basically, Ronaldo's right at the end of his career now, whereas Messi's 2 years younger and a different type of player. He suits. Ronaldo was built on power and speed, and Messi's built on guile and skill. And that's going to last longer when you lose your speed and your power. And Ronaldo's 2 years older as well. So, look, I think Messi was always going to go a little bit longer than Ronaldo. The problem is they're not comparable anymore because Ronaldo is declining quicker because of age and the type of player he is. But people still want to compare them. But they're not. You can't compare the two players they are now because they're not the same age. And Ronaldo's basically virtually done, isn't he? So you can compare them in their prime, but if you're comparing them now, it's a completely dead argument. But what some people want to do is they want to compare them now and say that's why Messi was always way better than Ronaldo 10 years ago. Well, that's a different conversation. Comparing Ronaldo and Messi 10 years ago is a very different conversation to comparing them now. Right now, everybody knows Messi is better. I think it'd be difficult for England in Argentina. Cast your mind back to the Top Gear incident. Feelings still run deep, says David. I don't think Ronaldo will be coming back. I'm a massive Ronaldo fan, as everybody knows. I'm a massive Ronaldo fan. Final whistle. There we go. It's over for Croatia, but it's just beginning for Argentina. 90 minutes away from a World Cup win for Messi and his very, very first one. Plaudits for them. They came through that Netherlands game in a battle. They have had to battle Argentina. They lost their first game. Just shows you can lose your first game in a World Cup and still reach the final. It's happened many times before. They've battled from that, and obviously the Netherlands game was an absolute war that they came through. And they've gone through in third gear here. They've been the better team against Croatia, and they've done it comfortably. Croatia just didn't have a cutting edge. Lots of possession, but they didn't have a cutting edge. But let me just finish on Ronaldo. There will be no way back for Ronaldo. Not on the top level anymore. I don't know where he'll end up next. I mean, will there be a club that takes him? Burns his bridges at Man United. And what I actually thought would happen, because it's always happened with Ronaldo, is I couldn't believe he did the interview. But I thought he'll go to the World Cup. He'll probably score 4 or 5 goals. He'll prove he can still do it, and he'll get himself a big move. And that World Cup just did not happen. And I think I don't think Ronaldo can do it anymore. So I think sadly everything has to come to an end, doesn't it? And how else was it going to end? You know, you either go out like Sir Alex Ferguson at the very top and say, look, I've won the Ballon d'Or, I'm the Player of the Year, I'm off, or you keep going into it's that saying from Batman: you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And I do wonder if Messi will do it differently and go, I've seen what's happened to Ronaldo. Do I want to decline and be criticised, or do I want to go out at the very top? And obviously going out and retiring means going to the MLS, doesn't it? But yeah, looking forward to this final on Sunday. Whoever it's going to be, Morocco or France, it's Messi there waiting for them, and we will see what happens with it. But yeah, very, very interested to see what happens. Obviously, Morocco, France tomorrow night. Is there a United Stand show, Catherine? I'll have a look. I don't think there's any news to go live on. It's a fucking World Cup again. You know, when the World Cup's not on, you start getting a load of news. As soon as the World Cup comes back, it's bloody dead again. I'll have a look. I'll see if there's anything on my phone or anything. If there is, I'll do a show. But if not, I'll be back on the 10 o'clock show tomorrow morning on United Stand, and then back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Morocco against France. I think France will do it. Let's wait and see. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the surroundings and the show. Don't forget to check out Boohoo Man for sponsoring the show. You can get an extra 10% off on all their discounts right now. Christmas is coming. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Get yourself one of these. They're really snug. Please use the code GOLDBRIDGE and get an extra 10% off. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Take care. Thanks for watching. Really enjoyed the show. Thanks for speak to you in a bit.